Hey everybody, it's good to see. Well, I hope it's good to see me. But Happy Easter. I'm hoping that your Lenten journey has been fruitful for you, and I hope that the art of Pisanki helped you kind of get through that. I want to give you a little bit of a demonstration on the video presentation. I'm hoping that a number of you have already received my email concerning the portfolio, and I do have the portfolio up here and ready for you to kind of see. This is my portfolio. This is everything that I've done. Obviously, you probably won't have as many as I have, but it's kind of an idea. Flickr is a free website and allows you to kind of upload things and put descriptions on and things like that. And Kind of has a collection of all the Pisanki that I did through the season. Some of these I don't have anymore because I've given them away, which is what I do with a good chunk of my Pisankis. End up giving them away. But I did want to share some of the Pisanki that I kept. So I put together a little dish of the Pisanki that we keep. This is the set that I will be keeping, and so I wanted to kind of go through some of these and talk about them as an example of the video presentation that I'm going to have you guys doing. So you're going to need to choose one Pisanka from each of the categories that I had given you. So the traditional style, the bleaching, those that you use the bleaching, your goose egg, so the one we're going to want to see. We're going to see some Drapinski, and then an experimental one, or something kind of in your own way. I've got a couple of goose eggs, but I think this was my favorite goose egg of the season. I stumbled across this design. I don't know where, maybe on Pinterest, as I find so many of them. But I really loved the split design. It looks like essentially this is two sides of the same egg. So imagine this side being blue and the other side being black with the wheat. But the split that occurs in it, I like that. This is a windmill motif, right, which is a common motif that we see in Pisanki. And the windmill, and we see the wind up here as well, so the breezes and that kind of stuff. The windmill kind of helps us in our processing of food from the harvest and things like that. And so we have elements of the harvest of life right here. But the windmill itself has got this this unique feature to it. We have the cross in the center. So the windmill has the red cross, and of course, as we know, the cross represents Christ. The cross, the blood of Christ shed for us just last week in the Passion. But a windmill needs the wind to work. And so we have the windmill, but without the wind, we have it can't work properly. And so this is a visual representation of the Holy Spirit. So the wind often kind of references the Holy Spirit. And so this egg, whenever we see a windmill, kind of reminds us that our lives should respond to the Holy Spirit like a windmill responds to the wind. Without the Holy Spirit in our lives guiding us, directing us, we really can't work. And so the windmill is reliant on the wind, just like we should be reliant on the Holy Spirit. So this is my goose egg, the symbolism attached to that as well. Some other ones as well. I've got a couple here. Most of mine are done in a traditional style, so I'll show you a few of those. So we have this one right here, kind of the traditional breaking into panels, the flowers also representing the crosses, the green vines representing the life, the red representing the blood, and of course the nets representing the fishers of men and the clear division. Another one kind of based on that design that I showed you on the goose egg, kind of have a split design here. This one has got another windmill pattern and a different plant growing in the middle there. So we have some of those traditional ones as well. Here's a bleached one that I did, similar to, once again, in the traditional pattern. One of the things I love about the bleached ones is if you don't bleach it all the way, you kind of wash. You guys have seen this when you kind of wash it off a little bit, you get a little bit of the lines left in there, so you can kind of see. Get really close there. You can see some of the lines of the color, and it helps create a little bit of depth. I like it. Looks like a shadow behind these little flowers that we've got there. So I really like that. Some additional ones, some more Drapinski style. Let me pull a Drapinski one out of here. I didn't do too many Drapinski this year, but this one right here is one of my more favorite Drapinskis. This one was just a simple yellow one, and I just dotted it with numerous symbols all around. So some of the more classic symbols of the cross, of roses, of wheats, kind of in those traditional patterns. And that one, I came out really nicely, and I like that one a lot. So we keep in that one. Let me have a look here. Here's another Drapinski one that I did. This one, I like how that one is. I love vines and I love scrolls, and that one kind of goes all the way around like that in that manner. So that one was a nice one that came out as well. Some of the more traditional, sorry, not a traditional one, an experimental one that I did was this one. So kind of basing it off of some of the traditional symbols of the cross and kind of some of the divisions, but the experimental element was some of the bleaching. I did wash this a bit to get the lighter colors on here. So every time I dyed it, I dipped it, I bleached it to kind of make each color as pure as I possibly could and as light as I possibly could. And so that one came out really nicely. I was fond of that one. And then this one also was a bleached one as well, but the light color is the light blue, and I kind of kept it at that. So, and as you can see in my portfolio here, I've got a number of other Pisanki of that I've done, and that are out there, and you can kind of scroll through that. I invite you to do that. I'm looking forward to seeing your own Pisanki portfolio as well. I did also put together a short video on YouTube on how to make one of these. I had some questions from YouTube from some of my friends who were like, "Could you put together a video on how to do this?" And so I did. I put together a short video of me doing one of the windmill pattern pieces. I sped it up quite a bit so that they could see how it looks, but that's available. I'll put that link in below this video as well, so you can see that. So anyway, this is the video presentation. I'm hoping that you learned quite a bit from this class. That's a part of this as well. So once again, the video presentation, you should be choosing one of each of the Pisanka in the categories that I've provided for you that you need to do. You're going to talk about the symbolism, the techniques that you used, and any challenges in particular that you had. Some of you had challenges in not being able to use the actual tools themselves because of restrictions on candles and things like that. And then I would like you to finish by recounting what you learned in this course and your understanding of the art of Pisanki. So I'm hoping that you enjoyed this semester. I'm really looking forward to these video presentations. And when how to do it. I'm doing this on Zoom. So if you've got Zoom, you can open up Zoom, start a meeting, and record it. And when it's done, it saves it to your computer, and then you can upload it to YouTube. Or you can upload it. I think it's better to upload it to YouTube and then just send the link over on Canvas. But you could also upload it to YouTube as well. So other than that, if you have any questions, please reach out. And I wish you the best of the rest of the Easter season. Bye. God bless.